Hello and welcome to Pat's Latest. I'm your host, Mike Gambardella, and the Patriots put themselves on the map with a huge Sunday night football victory as they alert the NFL world that they are for real, handing the Buffalo Bills their first loss of the season. The Drake May coming out party is official. Stephon Diggs is back in a big way, and we take a look at the latest coming from Bill Belichick and AJ Brown. A big episode here for you on Pat's Latest, but before we get into everything, make sure you go down, subscribe for the channel, get in the comments, let us know what you think about the win, what's the most important part, and are the Patriots really on the Bills' level? Also, what you think about Bill Belichick and AJ Brown and the latest coming from those as well. Also, make sure you give us that like and go back and check out all of our old episodes after this one. We start with that victory, and the Patriots show not only are they a force to be reckoned with, there is a reason why we've talked so much about this all off season, and it is finally coming to fruition. We talked about the prognostications, the 9-win, 10-win seasons, why they're favored in 11 games this year, and why things like the loss to the Raiders, the loss to the Steelers, why these things were certainly happening. Because this is a new program. It is not for a lack of talent. It is not for a lack of scheme or system. It is getting used to a new head coach. And he's finally taking the reins off and putting his stamp on what is proving to be a team that will be in contention. Now, we've said this before, for the playoffs. This win against the Bills means you are in contention for a division title. That is something the Patriots have not been able to say for quite some time, and that is backed up by the fact that this is the first time the Patriots won back-to-back games since October of 2022. Yes, it's been nearly 3 years since the Patriots can make that claim, and they did so by putting forth an amazing turnout in Buffalo. By everyone's going to talk about, keeping Josh Allen in check or the interception or what have you. It was really come down to James Cook, and that's really what the Patriots have done, is shut down the run game against opponents. They've taken that away. James Cook has been the leading rusher in the NFL and really having his way left and right. He had 15 rushes on the day, only 49 yards, 0 catches on only 1 target, and it's the first week this season that he was held without a touchdown. The Patriots defense also didn't allow a rush from Cook over 9 yards. So no first downs coming on that extended or start of a drive for Cook. And again, it just shows what Mike Vrabel's defense has been able to do. Hat tip really to Christian Gonzalez, shutting down any wide receiver that he was on and making life very difficult for Josh Allen and coming up with huge plays down the stretch to close out that game. So again, people are going to talk about, Drake May and Stephon Diggs and the amazing things, and absolutely should be, but I think the defense needs to be led with the discussion here. And again, another big hat tip to Zach Cord, who is taking over play calling duties while Terrell Williams is away battling cancer. So shout out to him as well. I'm sure the players had him top of mind through all of this. But again, the other side of that coin for me is. Again, you can talk about Drake May, fantastic. The throws were clutch. That able to get the ball away before his knee goes down and completing that Stephon Diggs returns upfield and makes just an astounding football play. Truly amazing. But I want to give some credit here to Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels and the calls that they made through that game, specifically staying with Ramondre Stevenson. And I know this is going to be a hot button issue because he has fumbled so much. And I think any other coach in the NFL would have said, no, throw Travion Henderson in there. Even with the injury to Antonio Gibson, who unfortunately is now out for the season with that torn ACL, he still decided to go back to Ramondre Stevenson, who scores 2 touchdowns in that game and swings the tide. Now, could Travion Henderson have done those things? Possibly. Could he have fumbled and you hurt the rookie's confidence even more? At the end of the day, Vrabel and McDaniels made those calls, and they happen to be the very much right ones. Other calls that they need, feeding Stefan Diggs. Hits 100 yards receiving, does it again. It really it was because of excuse me, Stefan Diggs, that the Patriots were able to do that, and it was Drake May, taking the training wheels off and finding his number one wide receiver. And it'll be very interesting in the coming games if this is what it is treated as. Is this the true number one wide receiver for the Patriots? Is it Drake May's go-to option? And is it this 31-year-old coming off an ACL tear that looks like a 27-year-old playing his third straight year of all-pro ball? And with that, again, back-to-back games with 100 yards, first time again since October of 2023, so 2 years ago. And it's 146 yards for Stefan Diggs in his return to Buffalo for the first time. Obviously, he was very amped up. Anyone who's watching the game could tell that, even for his pregame comments as well. But those 146 yards were the most against the Bills by a former member of the team. That's in NFL history. So again, Bills are known to do that, but Stefan Diggs made sure to make a point going up against his old team. And I think even more so with the production, it is the leadership that you're seeing from Steph as well. Um, Owning it, pushing people forward, being the type of teammate that is, not a rah rah guy, because I think that gets the wrong connotation, but a supportive teammate, someone who's going to point your eyes in the right direction, say the right thing, by also being exuberant. And it's all the right buttons that needed to be pushed, and it got the Patriots a win that nobody thought that they would get. And it is one that now positions them. Obviously, it's just Buffalo's first loss of the season. There are no more undefeated teams in the NFL because the Patriots have indeed knocked off those Bills. But it sets up for an interesting few weeks here. Again, just 5 weeks into the season, there is so much to sort out, but it is very nice to be able to say that the Patriots are on the upswing as opposed to downswing. Unfortunately, someone from the Patriots past that is a bit on the downswing as Bill Belichick continues to do some interesting off-putting things, I think, at this rate, where if you go on to social media, you will see that the UNC football team actually does tweet or post about former players. On Sunday, they posted about Javonte Williams scoring touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys. Um, but it was actually very odd to hear that they had not posted anything about Drake May on a Sunday night when everyone else is going. And there is an internet report, so I cannot speak to the validity of this, but it says sources inside the UNC program. There's a directive from the staff, read Bill Belichick, not to tweet or post anything Patriots related. So that was saying because of that, he's not allowing the Tar Heels to post about their best player in the NFL right now. That's a bad look. Is it petty? Again, I don't think any of this actually could potentially be true because Monday morning the account did post highlights and gave a shout out to Drake May. Is it more likely that the marketing director or SID running the social account needed a day off and just threw something up about the NFL on Sunday to say that they actually got it in before getting a little bit of time? Probably makes more sense. The only thing that does go against that is that this morning, on Monday morning, was the first time that the Tar Heels had actually tweeted about Drake May since May 1st. So, again, Patriots aren't the talk of the town, but if you had a starting quarterback in the NFL, I think there might actually be a little bit more content. So, while I don't think it is a hard and fast rule, I think that there is still some feelings that are not quite tamped down, and there is a long ways to repair the relationship between Belichick and the Patriots, and probably more so on Belichick wanting to cross that bridge. And for him right now, his focus should be on the job that he has at hand, and that is fixing the Tar Heel program. He has a long, arduous job to continue to get to that point. But in the end, I think hopefully all parties involved can kind of put everything else by the wayside, do the right thing by him. There probably should be a statue of Bill Belichick at Gillette Stadium as well. And that's a great question for the audience is who do you think the next statue should be at Gillette Stadium? And if not Bill Belichick, then who? So make sure you get down, put that in our comments, and we'll put the most interesting selections in on tomorrow, tomorrow's episode as well. And finally, the latest on A.J. Brown, the talented but sometimes disgruntled wide receiver for the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown reportedly not happy, and along with Devontae Smith, again, two very talented wideouts for the Eagles. The Eagles are a run-first team. Everything runs through Saquon Barkley, and then having Jalen Hurts as well as the top, one of the top rushing quarterbacks in the NFL, and that means your guys on the outside are just not going to see as many balls. And it's a tough look to hear that they are not happy with it. They want more targets. You have a tough game against the Broncos where you kind of salt one away, give it back, give it away, have a chance to win it, and the visual of the two of them going up for a ball, and if it's just one, potentially they do win that game, but they're so hungry for targets, you end up fighting each other and not able to come away with it. This is also something that Gronk and Edelman have talked on their podcast, and there are ties of AJ Brown to the Patriots because of his relationship with Mike Vrabel. Again, this is something that Elliott Wolf and the Brain Trust would have to give up a good amount of assets to acquire someone like AJ Brown. Again, he is only 2 years away from that 30-year plateau, working out pretty well for Stephon Diggs. And again, you're starting to build that culture. You're seeing some buy-in. You just knocked off the Bills. Do you really want to add a bigger element or a larger contract into that fold right now? I think if the Patriots go on a 4-game winning streak here, yeah, you need to have a serious conversation about every single thing that you can do to help this team and potentially make a extended playoff run. But I think for me right now, it is focus on what you have in front of you, keep getting everyone bought in, keep making those incremental progress points, and you will see this team start to make true steps, even with or without adding a blockbuster wide receiver. That'll do it for us here on this episode of Pat's Latest. Again, make sure you go down, subscribe for the channel, get in the comments, let us know what you think about A.J. Brown, Bill Belichick, Stephon Diggs, Drake May, and everything going on from this huge win over the Bills. We'll continue to break it down for you all week here before getting into next week's matchup. And make sure you do give us that like. Go back and check out our old episodes so you know what's going on with your New England Patriots. We'll continue to have it all for you right here. Fight on, Foxborough.